Well, here we are. Day of the 2017 NBA draft. This one is pretty highly anticipated too. It's an exciting time for people like me. See, we've been studying players from all over the country, and the world for that matter, to see who the next big thing in this ultra-talented league might be. With an extra year in college due to the events at the Legends in 2015, guys like Okafor, Russell, and Towns have had even more time honing in on their skills before making that big leap to the NBA. So I expect when they hit the league next year and find a legend to mentor them if they please, they're going to be doing some pretty special things. But before I officially turn the page to next calendar year for the NBA, I really got to do the fans a service, including myself. Everyone saw the situation with Willis Reed being on the verge of signing with the Clippers last season, then how he spurned him for the Knicks like a few days before they were supposed to play the Clippers. Everyone also saw what happened on the hardwood after that, but absolutely nobody saw what was really happening with the Knicks. And with me being in the position that I'm in, it's probably only right that I tell the story the way it was told and shown to me. If you haven't figured it out by now, I'm a pretty versatile guy when it comes to working around the NBA. You may know me from reporting as a TBBN analyst. You may also recall that for a brief stint, I was playing with the Phoenix Suns. But what you should always know is that I grew up a Knicks fan as a result of being raised in New York. So working with them in any form was always my goal. And well, that's why after I reported the Clippers were due to be signing Willis Reed, you didn't get any more coverage of the league from me, as I moved on from TBBN for the time being to become a video coordinator and a part-time strength trainer for the New York Knicks. My bad, I know you all miss my one-of-a-kind coverage. I didn't exactly just leave TBBN either, because you may also recall that I made friends with some guys around the league while I was in the NBA, including Kevin Durant. Out of all the guys I played with, he was definitely the coolest, so naturally, that's just who I kept up with. So with New York basically going to shit in late November, they wanted to change up almost everything. They hired new trainers, video coordinators, all that type of stuff. The only thing they hadn't changed yet was the players. Well, if you didn't know, I was one of the strongest guys for my size in the NBA, and obviously from my time with TBBN, I got pretty knowledgeable with video systems. KD said I was the first guy he thought of when that strength training position came up. The fact that I could edit as well, that was just a plus. Me being a Knicks fan, I didn't even hesitate. Plus, I figured this may be my lucky break back into the NBA someday. Now, if you didn't know, a video coordinator basically puts together scouting reports for other teams through videos. We find player tendencies, the frequency of the plays they run. We're behind the scenes brains in a sense, so we see a lot of things in detail. Me being a former analyst, I chose to do voiceovers while I was cutting up the footage so I could point out things later to the team, basically just to remind myself what I saw and what I was supposed to tell them. And let me tell you, one thing I saw in detail was that these guys were an absolute mess when I started working for them. No, of course not physically a mess, but as a team, boy, I'd have to say I'm surprised they made it to where they did. Cause there was times where I was almost certain this whole Three Kings thing was going to be over in a matter of days. I officially started working for the Knicks on the 28th of November, aka the day things fell apart. They were already treading on hot water for quite some time though. They lost to the Sonics that night, and this was on the heels of losing games to the Rockets, Wolves, and nearly dropping one to the Mavs on the road had it not been for Kobe's amazing will. That loss to the Sonics though, that was basically the night that everyone accepted that this roster wasn't going to repeat, as they had sharply overestimated how much of the load LeBron, KD, and Kobe would be able to carry. But of course, these three guys were almost basketball gods, so they wouldn't accept that so easily, especially not Kobe. During practice, I swear all you would hear is him and LeBron's voice. They often practice on separate teams, so naturally Kobe's going at LeBron, talking to him, "Come on, Finals MVP, let's go." LeBron's driving to the rim, "That's too easy." And Phil Jackson was always in the window watching it all go down. I'd often look up there and see a stare, and in my mind, I could just see he was looking for who he was about to trade. It left me confused because I knew he wasn't trading one of the Three Kings. You'd have to be dumb, stupid, or both to do that. But at that same time, I couldn't see him adding anyone significant either because it was too easy to upset the balance these three worked so hard to find on the court together. But they needed someone significant because just signing an extra scorer wasn't going to get them over the hump. Nah, they needed somebody to bring them back together, to believe in what they did the year before when they were playing basketball at a historic level. They needed a leader. That became apparent to me when in one practice, Kobe took Smith to the rim pretty easily and well, let's just say he has his own way of challenging people. But this time, it was just a little bit different. I could just sense a little more. On his way back up the court, he's just yelling to where he knows Phil can hear him. "Phil, you better do something about this, man. Don't none of these guys want it like they did last year. This ain't no fucking championship team." I couldn't believe he said that with LeBron and KD on the floor, but if there's one thing I learned about Kobe, he don't care if you don't like him. He just wants to win. That practice was on December 29th. One day later, Spud Webb was gone in a deal to the Nuggets with some cash for Eric Bledsoe, and then Willis Reed was a Knick. Yeah, I know that Eric Bledsoe part is a little bit crazy, but the Nuggets were tanking anyways. Just a little bit over a month before this happened, I reported that Willis Reed was due to sign with the Clippers just before New Year's, so this caught me totally off guard. I wanted some answers, because I still have my analyst side in me. You'd be surprised what I found. So here's how it all went down. You know what, before I write this next part, I should probably bring up some footage of that first game I was cutting up. I had some fun with that game. That was such an electric time for New York having Willis back. Nobody quite knew if it was going to be a hit or miss throwing Willis into the mix. I swear, it's almost like it all happened yesterday.
Ready to go. The Knicks will end the road trip here before heading back to New York. These are the games that challenge you. Guys, they will have the work certainly cut out for them, but they believe they can come away with the win.
You know, right now for the Knicks, you know, it has not been the kind of season they had mapped out for themselves. Their sights were definitely set a little higher than what they've achieved.
Well, it's not been a total disaster, Clark. They're still perched in a spot where...
And here we see the New York Knicks doing what they've been doing all season, handing the ball to one of the stars and saying, just go get us a basket. No screens ran, no great passes, stagnant offense, and no transition defense. And that came from Willis that time. That surprised me. He didn't step up to Jamal. He kept backing up. It's all right, though. He needs some time to break in. He's been away from basketball for a little while, you figure. All right, let's see if they run some offense this time. Okay, simple post up. Oh, all right. Yeah, that works, too. Just post up and miss a pass that wasn't even defended. Okay. Good defense. No space. No space. Oh, great defense without fouling right there. You know West, he's really crafty. Look at the outlet pass from Willis to Kevin Durant. Under 5 seconds, and they get a dunk. 5 seconds from the time they rebounded the ball. Now, that'll give you a championship if Willis can outlet like that. Do I hear another 5-second play? Ooh, that was almost stolen. That would have fit right in with the season. Willis could have kept going to the rim right there. Okay, back to the basket game. Oh, okay, but I like the second jump. And Elgin Baylor just straight up pushes Willis Reed. No need, no excuse. But you knew that was going to happen today. You know for a fact, Wilt Chamberlain, Jerry, they're coming after this guy. He should be a Clipper. You know they're going to be coming after him. But let's see, can Willis get his first points as a modern-day Knick? All right, just take a deep breath, Willis. You know the nerves are going right now. And there we go. His first points as a modern-day Knick. Here goes another one of those famous bailout plays. 4 seconds left on the shot clock. There's way too many of those for them to be a championship team this year. They're not running sets like they were, passes, cuts, screens, and okay, we already have a mismatch here. They didn't even have to set a play up that time. They just mismatched coming back on defense. That's just pure effort right there. This is exactly why they needed a leader. All right, let's see what I want to see the ball in Willis's hands this time. They need to post them up. They need to try. I know that you're not used to having a guy who can go back to basket. Kenneth Faried wasn't very good at it. And okay, it looks like something developing here. That should have been, okay, now that should have been Reed on the first screen, and they ran into each other. See, he just doesn't know the sets yet, but he can hit the jump shot. Faried couldn't do that. That's going to stretch out the offense, or the defense rather, a lot. Chamberlain and Dawkins battling. Okay, very simple double screen right there. Why did Kevin Durant come off of Elgin Baylor's body? No, really. He backed up to the paint like Elgin Baylor couldn't shoot, like he was trying to cover a drive that was never going to happen. That's all right, though. They had a 10-point lead. You can afford to make mistakes like that when you're up. And, okay, are we finally going to get some Willis action? They trust him? Oh, that's a risky pass. Don't do it. Woo! Ibaka could have stole that one. Great finish by Willis Reed. And that's one thing he brings you that Kenneth Faried absolutely didn't, is finishing around the rim. With Kenneth Faried, if he wasn't dunking the ball, he normally wasn't going to finish anything. Okay, here's Chamberlain on Dawkins. Just man up. That's all you can do to him. Good defense. Oh, my goodness. It's time to retire, Dawkins. When you jump for a pump fake that didn't happen, it is time to retire. Okay, here we go. Under 5-second play. There they go. That chemistry is as good as ever. I've seen that in practice about 1,000 times. The Knicks have been able to keep a decent lead today. Willis Reed is keeping them from crumbling. We wouldn't have even been in this game without him so far. What is Dawkins do? Okay, can we put Willis Reed on Chamberlain, please? He's going to get abused. Dawkins has great athleticism. He's great at chase down blocks. He can block some things, but he just cannot guard skilled centers, which is basically all the centers in the league these days. Willis, wow, yeah, we need Willis on him. Wilt Chamberlain just had him nailed to the floor. But on the bright side, I see Eric Bledsoe about to check in. Let's see what Eric Bledsoe is going to bring to the team. No more blaming Spud Webb for everything. Our first defensive possession with Bledsoe in. And this isn't good because Green is going to end up on Chamberlain. Oh, Bledsoe saved us. Bledsoe's first play. There's hope. There's hope in New York. That would have been a switch for Chamberlain on Green.
Tell you what, he's going to put that one in his scrapbook.
All right, let's see how the bench runs without the stars in. This is very big. This is what they did with the championship last year. I don't see much developing. Screen and roll that never works. Oh, it worked. Did he just go off the glass? Oh, no, he didn't. He just went off the glass to Kenneth Faried. Are things actually changing in New York this season? J.R. Smith giving Baylor entirely too much space. Got to squeeze up. Got to squeeze up. Can't give up. Oh, good defense, Green. Just raped him on defense right there. He was all over him. I like that. And, okay, Eric Bledsoe, he's patient. They can't just back off him. They just, oh, my. 3 plays Eric Bledsoe's been in now, and he's affected all 3 of them. I like Eric Bledsoe running their second unit. It makes it so we don't really have to have a second star out there. Good defense for Reed from them, and Eric Bledsoe fell completely asleep right there. Jerry West cut back door. It's all right, though. 3 good things, 1 bad. I like this. This is an okay play. I normally hate when the Knicks run ISO, but if you're going to get Kevin Durant on a smaller guy, you got to knock that one down, KD. It's all right, though. I'll take that play 9 times out of 10. You get a 7-footer on a point guard. Just stick with him, Bledsoe. He ran right into the screen. You got to switch. You got to switch. Green, that was your job to switch. It's simple screen and rolls that are getting them off. All right, I don't see much good offense going on here. They're running into each other. Nobody's moving. Oh, Kevin Durant was almost got double teamed. Oh, Elgin Baylor just got embarrassed. Where did he think Kevin Durant was going? He saw Faried right there. You know, I didn't even expect the Knicks to win by 10, so I'm not even mad at what's happening right now. Oh, great defense, Durant. See, that was great effort, great transition defense, one-on-one. Baylor could have easily had that one. That could have went. Oh, go Dawkins. There we go. There we go. You can't give up points like that. When you get a good defensive stop, you can't just throw something at the rim trying to score too fast and then not play defense on the other end. That's the second time Willis Reed has gave up a transition bucket. It's all right. He'll learn. Make sure you cover the line. Cover the line. Oh, that could have been a foul. Jerry West isn't afraid to chuck it. All right, they're running. They see LeBron. Get out of my way. Oh, that's a great picture right there. That's one for the scrapbook. LeBron James taking off, one leg slams it, and it just lets it go softly through the rim. There's the picture right there. Narrow 4-point lead. They're doing good so far. I've got plenty of examples of where they could do better, like that right there. Oh, they got lucky. Why are they not watching Elgin Baylor? That's at least the second or third time somebody's came off his body. Okay, it looks like they find... Oh, they're going to Willis Reed in the post. He has Crawford. That's a munchkin. That's a munchkin. I love this guy's second hop. I think that's the second or third time this game where he's rebounded his own miss. Now, that's going to come in handy. A big man that can finish. All right, got to ramp up the effort on defense. I don't like what I'm seeing. No, Willis, no. Oh, Dawkins had his back. Dawkins had Willis Reed's back right there. He almost blew another defensive assignment, and Dawkins was there with the athletic chase down. All right, let's see what they're running. Do they trust Willis again after that bucket he had against Jamal Crawford earlier? Are they finally going to give him some more of the offense? Oh, yes. Let's see what he does against Wilt Chamberlain. Wilt Chamberlain can D him up. 4 seconds. What does he have? Here he goes. Face up. Oh, I'm in love. This guy can make face-up jumpers. We've never had a big guy that could do that. I don't like this. There's nobody big enough out there for Wilt Chamberlain right now, except Willis Reed, who is inexplicably on Spencer Hawes, and there is nothing you can do when Willis Reed is in the paint. He's about 100 feet taller than everyone.
Boy, such outstanding pace.
Point shooting 4-7 from the foul line tonight.
All right, that's fine. It's a 3-point lead. Let's see, can we increase it? Just give it to LeBron. Just let him run it in. Draw a foul. Here he goes. And the Clippers were expecting it. Okay, they expected that one. Oh, that was just luck. That was lucky. This just might be our night. So we had a decent first half. We're not getting blown out, so that's a plus. Normally, they've gotten blown out in pretty much every important game in the last month. And that's why, because we just can't defend big men whatsoever these days. All right, this is a very, very simple inbound to tip. Just follow the point guard, and you got it, Willis. There we go. Go ahead and finish it, KD and LeBron. Give us something. Put on a show. I don't even know what I expected. It's a 2-point lead now. Clippers are coming back. Pretty much did expect this. Wilt Chamberlain is really fathering Dawkins right now, just like that. Will they please switch Willis Reed on to him? We all want to see it. Good defense. They closed up the paint. You don't want Jerry West down there in the paint. Way to cover up the three-point line until that happened. Simple passes, and that's all it takes. We now have a tie game on our hands. If we lose the lead, we're going to lose the game. They're going down to Chamberlain again. No defensive adjustments again. And okay, that's not fair. That's not fair. There should have been a whistle on that. There should be a rule against pushing somebody that far off that spot. He just made Dawkins look like a kid. I think there's only one man that can guard Wilt Chamberlain in this league, and his name is Bill Russell. He's the only one who knows him well enough. All right, Dawkins, just do what you can at this point. They're obviously not going to put Willis on him. And, okay, there we go. Willis Reed was sick and tired of Chamberlain fathering Dawkins. Just runs over and knocks the life out of him. Lucky that wasn't a flagrant. One thing I just saw on the other end is something I haven't seen all season, and it's called toughness. I like this. Oh, that was almost a turnover. Willis Reed could have hit him on the pass right there. Jamal Crawford on Willis Reed yet again. Deep in the paint. There we go. There. My goodness. Another second jump. We might as well just go ahead and count 2 field goals every time he shoots, because he's obviously not making the first one. All right, let's see how Fareed guards Chamberlain. Dawkins couldn't do it. Maybe Fareed can because he's athletic. That was good defense. And Willis, that's just how good Wilt Chamberlain is, really. All right, so the Knicks aren't getting blown out at this point in the game, so that's the good news because they haven't stayed in an important game in a while. Usually they're down by 10 at this point. Oh, great double team, LeBron. Elgin Baylor ran out of Luol Deng's field of view. Now we just have to finish it with the fast break, and that is not going to happen this year, I see. Just gave it right back. There goes Redick. No way, no way. I was about to say. And who else? This has to be about his 15th and 1. Wilt Chamberlain is an absolute monster. I really feel for all the guys who said he couldn't play in this era because this dude, first of all, if you look at him, he's bigger than everybody on the court. Oh, there we go. Yeah, see, that was a terrible play. See, I've got to mark that one down, get that one to Phil Jackson. You got to run some offense right now. LeBron just put his head down and drove straight to the rim. That doesn't work anymore. These guys are just too talented, and there is absolutely nobody guarding Wilt Chamberlain, so this is going to be a score one way or another. See, look how damn big he is. And this is probably the part where we get blown out at. This is where it's going to start. Unless we get some good offense right here, because once we fall down 4, 4 becomes 6, 6 becomes 20. Okay, I see the idea here. We weren't going to do that. That's an automatic turnover. And okay, LeBron on Wilt Chamberlain. This is a new one. Look how damn big Wilt Chamberlain is compared to LeBron. I didn't think that was possible. Just take him straight to the rim. There we go. There we go. LeBron channeling his inner Derrick Rose. And that's exactly what Durant did to Elgin Baylor today. They have a knack for getting crossed at that spot. Wow, how did he pull that one off with the left hand? Amazing. All right, this is where it counts. 4th quarter. And I do not see Willis Reed out there. That's all right. Simple screen and roll. This should be so easy. Wilt Chamberlain covered it. Great pass. And then we got to write that one down. That's a good one. So they've managed not to get treated like a D-League team tonight by one of the contenders. I like it so far. Good defense, Dawkins. You just got to pressure him any way you can. When you've been getting beat like this all night, you just got to do whatever is possible. Don't let him shoot a 3, though. They let him shoot a 3. Played perfect defense for 23 seconds. And this is the part where now they're just going to start looking for bailout plays. We're down 5. Running straight into Ibaka. Kevin Durant had a 3 he didn't take right there. Okay, I don't see. Oh, look at this. Willis Reed on. Is that Jerry West? Oh, this is a bucket. This is a bucket. There we go. No, second jump, second jump. Oh, my goodness. This dude's second jump is incredible. He saved himself at least 5 times today. Willis Reed is having one hell of a debut. Only thing that can make this any better is a game winner. I think he's got about 20 tonight. And that's without set plays. They haven't really run a whole lot of set plays for him other than posting them up. Oh, Kobe. Oh, there we go. There we go. That's not the first time that happened to Jamal Crawford.
How about that
All right, 3-point game. This is doable. This is definitely doable. You don't need to start looking for 3 yet. It's obviously way too early. I know they'd like to tie the game, but you just get what you can. And I don't see a whole lot going. There goes LeBron heading to the wing. There goes a non-screen by Dawkins. Oh, yes, wide open. There we go. You know the Mamba comes out in the 4th quarter.
Durant's got 3 assists now in this one.
I've got a ton of info for the Knicks today. I've seen a lot of the sets they've ran. I really think posting Willis Reed up is going to help them more, though, because he has more of an arsenal than he's letting on right now. I know he can hit a turnaround jumper. Oh, yes, wide open. Even over the outstretched arm of Wilt Chamberlain. That was just too open. There goes Willis Reed. Can he bail us out? He's going to the rim. And I think he was expecting contact right there. Maybe not. It's all right, though. He's had a great night. He's already got a double-double. And now we just good steal. There we go. Please don't mess up the fast break. Please don't mess up the fast break. And I see Willis Reed. Oh, he should have kept running to the rim. And he's got Jamal Crawford on him again. Oh, this is easy buckets. Fade away. That's the first time we've seen that tonight. This dude has so many moves that Fareed simply didn't have. I'm just a little bit frantic right now. We might actually be the contender for the first time in over a month. It's definitely been over a month. Good, a simple pick right there. Didn't get him off. He could have stole that one. All right, just hold your ground. Stand tall. Stand tall. There is nothing you can do against that guy. It's not even fair. Got to stop the fast break. Transition defense has been poor tonight. There we go. From who else? The man Willis Reed picked it off. Read the defense. And who else? The Knicks turn over the ball on a fast break. And, oh, well, yep, that's an open 3. Yep, LeBron James. Oh, yeah, we owe this guy right now. We owe him right now. That was great recovery defense. See, there we go. That's what we saw last season. Kevin Durant dove for it and missed it, and LeBron was right there to back it up. All right, I see a little bit of swagger that I haven't seen from him in a long time. You got to take that shot. Oh, he should have shot that. It's all right. I know the nerves are running a little bit high. Goes Kobe. Shot clock winding down. Bail him out. Those bailout plays are finally working. A bucket right now would do wonders for these guys' morale. Get up by 4 points with 2 minutes and 40 seconds left. Think they can do it. There goes the screen. And, oh, Elgin Baylor didn't see it coming. The infamous screen of death has hit Elgin, and LeBron is in the corner. Oh, that worked like a charm. We're definitely reviewing that one tomorrow. 102-98. Now it comes down to defense. Great. Oh, they cheated Willis Reed right there. He knows it. Look at him. I like the passion, though. He hasn't played a game in a long time. That was a great idea to come over and double him. I thought that was a clean block. That was nice, though. All right, under a minute left. We got to practice execution right now as a group. First time Willis Reed has been in this type of situation. Who are they going to go to? You got 4 guys now. A screen with Dawkins, but he doesn't roll. Why do you come out to a 3-point line when you can't shoot? And, yeah, this isn't what we wanted. Oh, that was almost a turnover, and I should have known better. That was LeBron that took that. All right, just transition defense. All right, this doesn't look good. LeBron James, he did it again. Oh, he recovered it. Now we just got to score. There we go. Game over. Game over. I am marking that play. That was beautiful instinct by LeBron James to get in the way of that pass. We might just run away with this one. If the Clippers don't score right here, that's all she wrote. They're going to go home some salty MFs tonight. Willis Reed didn't join the team, and he stole the last pass. There we go. Go ahead and crown it. There we go. Willis Reed sends the Knicks home with their first victory as a unit together. What else would you want? Now, if you're a fan of the Knicks, it's hard to feel better than you can feel tonight. Willis Reed spurned the Clippers for us, came here, stole the last pass that pretty much put the game on ice. This is a big moment for these guys coming together because I know the Big Three didn't want them on the team, but this is going to be, I think they're going to end up working nice. They can go far. Right now they're at the bottom of the East, but they just beat the Clippers, and the Clippers are way up there in the West with the Lakers. That was a very good team win. I look forward to them building chemistry and camaraderie. Yeah, that was a crazy game. I still remember all the headlines. Will the New York Knicks be able to mesh Willis with the 3 Kings? Is it the 4 Kings in New York now? What made him turn his back on the Clippers a day before he was supposed to join them? I remember it all now. The practice I mentioned was on December 29th in Portland, the day after they suffered a pretty decent loss to the Blazers. They were crumbled inside by the opposing big men, and Brandon Roy lit it up as well, and that allowed them to officially pull away at the end of the game. Right after that practice, Phil was on his jet back to New York, said he had a meeting. Only later did I find out what that meeting was actually about. Turns out it was to go sit down with Willis Reed, and he had been planning on it for quite some time actually. See, Willis never felt coming to New York was an option, hence why he never actually put in a call to us before trying to go to the Clippers. He saw what happened when this all started, back a year ago I think it was. Three Kings didn't want a fourth guy on the offense, that's why they rejected Willis' ex-teammate Walt Frazier. So he just couldn't figure what made him any different. He was this close to becoming a Clipper, but Phil's a mastermind. See, Phil Jackson was on those championship teams with Willis Reed back in the 70s. They were teammates, and Willis Reed absolutely loved Phil's philosophy. When the Knicks had first hired Phil, Willis knew they were going to be successful because of the system that brings everyone on the team together for a common goal. That's a system they kind of got away from this year though. Now, I plan to get into the full conversation a little bit later, but one very important thing is that Willis spilled the beans to Phil about the brotherhood, which it turns Phil already knew a little bit about. He also told Phil that he hadn't even decided if it was something he wanted a part of yet. Willis was only going to the Clippers because Wilt made him feel like they had a great chance to compete for a title, all while educating the world about the era at the same time. Now, while that is a core theme for the brotherhood, those guys also respectfully dislike modern day players if that's possible. Willis didn't necessarily feel that disdain for them, so he was always on the fence with the brotherhood. That's where Phil made his pitch. He told him how he'd fit into the offense eventually, but Phil didn't lie to him either. He admitted that this was a project, and that the Three Kings weren't going to immediately love the idea of having a fourth guy they had to run the offense through. He pleaded with him that the Knicks needed his leadership to bring them back together to compete for a championship. One thing he didn't do was absolutely guarantee winning though, but he did let him know that his city needed him. In the end, it was pretty much all left up to chance. Phil simply said to him, "Look, I don't want you to feel like you're forced into abandoning Wilt or the Clippers. I understand that you reached a verbal agreement with them, but you haven't signed a contract yet, and I can't promise immediate success, but what I can promise is that you'll not only be in position to win, you'll be a goddamn hero. If there was ever a time your city needed you, this is it. It's an opportunity to grow with three of the brightest stars this game has ever seen in front of the world. This contract will be sitting here waiting on you up until you sign with the Clippers, but if you choose otherwise, I promise it'll be sitting right here when you get back." Phil's word-for-word pitch throughout the entire conversation was so incredible that it was pretty hard to turn down. Willis was back a day later signing on the dotted line. And what went on in New York after that, the reactions, the shock, it was insane. But they weren't called the Four Kings in New York. That's a story for later as well. It probably helped that right after Willis left the office, Eric Bledsoe was traded to us. He was pretty significant, but the fact of the matter was, Eric Bledsoe just wasn't a starting point guard in the league, where even Tim Hardaway ranked pretty low on the list of starting point guards. Bledsoe provided the Knicks with what they sorely needed, an actual threat at the point guard position after LeBron was out. Teams were sagging so far off a spot that it was just impossible for Smith, Green, or anybody he was really playing with to get anything done on offense. Plus, Bledsoe and LeBron were great friends already, so that helped the morale of the team, which they really needed. As for the Clippers, as everyone saw in that game with the type of fouls that were going on, they were pretty pissed that Willis flipped on them, but Willis didn't back down. Especially on the count that Willis had chosen modern day guys over themselves, they really saw him as a traitor. Word was that Wilt confronted Willis about it before the Knicks game took place, and you know what, that's probably enough for now. I gotta get something to eat. I'll be back for this in a little bit.